Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Shakespeare, and you're listening to the English Learning Podcast, the place where you can improve your English in a simple, easy, and fun way. Today, I'm very excited because we're talking about something really interesting: learning English while you sleep. Yes, you heard me right. Even while you're sleeping, you can help your brain learn English. Imagine going to bed and waking up just a little bit better at English every day without doing any extra work. Sounds amazing, right? In this episode, I'm going to explain everything you need to know. We'll talk about how your brain works when you sleep, if sleep learning is actually possible, and how you can set up your own English sleep learning routine. I'll keep everything simple, clear, and easy to follow so you can understand every word and maybe even start tonight. So, get ready to relax, listen, and learn. Part 1. How does our brain work when we sleep? Let's start by talking a little bit about what happens to our brain when we sleep. Understanding this will help you see why sleep can actually be a good time for learning. When we sleep, our brain doesn't just turn off. It stays very busy. It does important jobs like cleaning out bad chemicals, organizing our memories, and helping our body heal. There are different stages of sleep, and one important stage is called deep sleep. In deep sleep, your body is resting a lot, but your brain is working hard to move new information into long-term memory. It's like putting important files into a safe folder on your computer. Another stage is light sleep. In light sleep, your brain is a little more open. It can still hear sounds around you, like soft music or someone talking. Even though you're asleep, your brain can still notice simple sounds and messages. This is why some scientists believe that listening to a new language like English during sleep can help you. Your brain is relaxed but still able to catch simple words and sounds. It's not the same as studying when you're awake, but it can still help your memory grow stronger. Pretty amazing, right? Your brain is like a superhero that never stops working even when you're sleeping. Part 2. Is sleep learning really possible? Well, you might be wondering, can we really learn anything while we sleep? Well, the answer is a bit tricky, but don't worry, I'll explain it simply. Some studies show that while we sleep, our brain can actually process things we learned earlier in the day. This is called memory consolidation. It means that our brain takes what we learned while awake and moves it into our long-term memory while we sleep. But here's the catch. You can't learn everything while you sleep. Unfortunately, it's not like you can play an audiobook and wake up speaking perfect English. It just doesn't work like that. But there are some things you can learn while you sleep. For example, vocabulary words. If you listen to new words or phrases while sleeping, your brain can store them in your memory. Listening skills. Your brain can recognize simple English sounds or conversations, helping you understand the language better. Patterns in language. Our brains are good at remembering patterns. If you listen to English in a calm, repetitive way, your brain can start to recognize the patterns of the language. It's kind of like hearing your favorite song over and over. At first, you don't know the words, but eventually you start to recognize them. But things like speaking practice or grammar study still need to happen while you're awake and focused. So, is it possible to learn English while you sleep? Yes, but it's not magic. It's a helpful tool to support your learning by reinforcing vocabulary and listening skills. Part 3. How to set up your own English sleep learning routine. Now, let's get into the practical part. How to do this yourself. Here are some easy steps to help you learn English while you sleep. Ready? Let's go. Prepare your material. The first thing you need is the right material. Start with simple English audio that matches your level. This could be a vocabulary list, short English conversations, or even a calming English podcast with slow, clear speech. You want the material to be simple and clear so your brain can easily process the words. Don't choose anything too fast or complicated. Set up your environment. Make sure your room is quiet and comfortable for sleeping. If there's too much noise or light, your brain may have trouble focusing on the English audio. Use headphones or a speaker, but keep the volume low. You don't need to hear everything perfectly. Your brain will still catch some words, even if it's quiet. Timing is key. When should you start your English audio? The best time is just before you fall asleep. Set it to play for 30 minutes to an hour. By then, your brain will be ready to absorb the new words and phrases. Be consistent. Consistency is key. Just like learning English during the day, learning while you sleep takes time. Try listening to English every night. The more you do it, the better your brain will get at remembering and understanding the words. Create a relaxing routine. Make sleep learning part of a relaxing bedtime routine. For example, listen to calming music or a peaceful story in English. Avoid looking at screens before bed because the light can make it harder to fall asleep. This routine will help you not only improve your English, but also get better sleep. Use positive affirmations. You can also try listening to positive affirmations while you sleep. These are simple, encouraging sentences like, "I am learning English every day," or "I believe in myself." They can help boost your confidence and keep you motivated. Track your progress. Keep track of what you've been learning. Maybe you notice new words you're hearing in your sleep, or see improvements in your understanding when you're awake. Tracking progress helps keep you motivated and lets you see the small improvements you're making. Part 4. Best content to listen to while you sleep. Now, let's talk about the best types of content to use for sleep learning. Vocabulary lists. Great for beginners. Vocabulary lists include common words, phrases, or themes like food, family, or travel. Repetition of these words while you sleep helps your brain recognize them. Simple conversations. Look for short, simple English conversations. They should be slow, easy to understand, and have clear pronunciation. This helps your brain get used to hearing English in everyday situations. Positive affirmations. As mentioned earlier, positive affirmations can be really effective for motivation and confidence building. Relaxing English podcasts. There are podcasts specifically designed to help you relax while still listening to English. They speak slowly and clearly, which makes them perfect for sleep learning. Now, let's talk about what you should not expect from sleep learning. Fluency overnight. You won't suddenly speak perfect English just by listening to audio while you sleep. Learning a language takes time, and sleep learning is just a tool to support your progress. Complex grammar. Listening to English while you sleep won't teach you advanced grammar. Things like verb tenses or sentence structures need to be learned while you're awake and actively studying. Sleep learning alone. Sleep learning is helpful, but it's not enough on its own. It should be combined with other methods like reading, writing, and speaking during the day. It may not work for everyone, and that's okay. Stay patient and keep practicing. Final tips and motivation. Stay patient. Language learning takes time. Sleep learning is a tool, not a magic fix. Be kind to yourself and keep going. Be consistent. Try listening every night, even if it's just for 20 to 30 minutes. Combine sleep learning with active practice. Practice speaking, reading, and writing during the day to improve your English. Celebrate small progress. Even small victories count. Don't forget to celebrate your progress. Stay motivated. Believe in yourself. Each day, you're getting better. Conclusion. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the English Learning Podcast. I hope you feel inspired to try learning English while you sleep. Remember, it's a fun and helpful tool to add to your routine. And if you ever feel frustrated, remember, small progress is still progress. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. I'd love to hear your feedback, so feel free to reach out anytime. Until next time, keep practicing, stay motivated, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Sleep well, learn well, and I'll talk to you soon. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.